Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm William, and today on SimNZ we're going to test out this 737 MAX after update 5. Has anything improved? What has improved in this game? Has everything been tweaked? Are the graphics as good? Are the graphics better? Is everything working, or are there problems and issues like after the last update, update 5? So let's see how good and smooth update 6 is, and see if everything is still working correctly, or even how good is it? Is it actually better? So let's have a look around this 737. The questions that have been asked a lot lately are in regards to the wings. A lot of the comments I've had, the wings are misaligned. The front wings and the rear wing is not level. They're a little bit misaligned. So let's come around to the back of the aircraft, have a look, zoom out a little bit, and just bring it down a bit. And to me, they are pretty well spot on. The wings, they are not disaligned at all. Now that could change once we take off, of course. I think before the wings always look good on the ground, but once you depart, once you lift off and get in the air, they sort of go a little bit skew-whiff and go a little bit wonky, and then the wings become disaligned. Whether that's due to the uneven wing flex or what they've updated, I don't know, but it doesn't look good. But while it's sitting on the runway, on the ground, everything looks level and aligned. So we'll check that out once we've departed and see what it looks like once we are up in the air. Okay, so let's get started. Now I've got a little flight plan from Miami over to Southwest Florida. The other thing I like about this too is I can hold down the right Alt key on my keyboard, come on over to here and just click on that display, and it opens up at the top here. Just takes a little bit of time to load, but once it's open on this little screen here, I can then move it around. I can move it around and put it in a different position. I can resize it, or if I've got a second monitor, which I do have, I can bring it over to here and put it on my second monitor and make it a little bit bigger if I want to, which is absolutely brilliant, because when you've just got this display here, I feel like I'm constantly zooming in and out. My finger on my the wheel of my mouse is getting exhausted. You know, I'm constantly, because just sitting in the normal cockpit position here, I can't really read those numbers. I can't see my speed or my altitude. I've got to really zoom in, and I'm just constantly zooming in and out. It's rather annoying. But if I can have one of these screens open like this on a second monitor, I can just look over to the left or the right, and there's my display in big letters and a big display on my other monitor. So if you don't have a second monitor, I would really recommend it, especially for Flight Simulator. It is just brilliant. Also with this map here, if I want to, the GPS map, I can just click that and I can put that round where I want it, or I can take it over to the right onto my second monitor. So the screen is always open. This can go on my second monitor, so it's always open. Right, let's have a look outside. The graphics are nice. The flight simulator is smooth, but it was smooth before. I think really this upgrade was a kind of a bug fix. Really, there were bug issues, I think, in some of the planes with the avionics and different things. But from what I can see here with the graphics, basically the same as before. But I think you do have the option to turn the graphics up higher now, and it will be actually smoother. Yeah, so I haven't tried that yet. This is basically, I think it was sort of where I had the graphics before, really. Don't worry about my flying skills or details today, okay? I'm just flying around to try and test out this update 6, really. Now, okay, let's have a look at these wings and see if the wings are aligned and all fixed up. Well, I don't know. No. They're still misaligned, aren't they? You see the left hand side, the wings are level. The right hand side, they are not level. So the wings are still misaligned. They haven't fixed anything there, I'm afraid. I mean, it's a real shame. I mean, the plane looks nice. The model is lovely. I really like the look of the model. It's beautiful. How hard can it be to fix the wings alignment, eh? Do they need a whole new model? Braddock 3D didn't make the model, I believe. They got the model off someone else who made the model. Surely they can get them to fix the model and then rebuy the model, maybe. Do something with the model and fix it, because that is just, it's noticeable and it's laughable, really. It hasn't been worrying me in the past because I'm not too worried too much. The plane flies nice and I like the look of it, and I've been fine with it. There's no problem. But a lot of people have been pointing it out to me, and it's sort of like a little scratch on your car. You may never ever notice it, but as soon as someone points it out to you, you see it. Every time you walk out to your car, you see that little mark. Just because someone's pointed it out to you, but before that you never ever worried about it. And that was a bit like me, you know. Now I know about it and everyone points it out to me, I sort of notice it more. Especially when you're looking at the plane directly from the back. Other angles, not so bad. It doesn't matter too much. I mean, it still looks nice and flies nice. But when you look at it directly in the back, it is really, really obvious that it is not good. And it's a bit of a joke. It's a laughable. It's a silly little error, really. It's just a silly little detail that they should have fixed right at the beginning. So a bit disappointing that has not been done. Now I'm just heading out over the coast at southwest Florida, and these graphics are really sharp. Look at those buildings down there following along the coast. They look really great. There's no sort of blurring or anything. I don't remember it being this good before. I'm not sure if my settings have changed in the graphics, but I can see way down the coastline, all the buildings and skyscrapers way down that coastline. That is just fantastic. The frame rate is beautiful. I don't think I've done anything different in the graphics settings. But look at that. That is sharp. That is just really nice. I think I could turn them up a heck of a lot more if I wanted to. But at the moment it's very, very smooth and I'm liking it. So I'm not going to do anything to spoil the smoothness. Like I said, I prefer to sacrifice, happy to sacrifice a bit of eye candy for smoothness. But really there's enough eye candy there for me. Probably enough for most people, I would say, because that view out there just looks absolutely gorgeous. Just beautiful. Okay, we're going to do a slow sweep round to the right, and then we're coming in for our ILS approach now. So not quite, but almost on full flaps now. Sort of hoping we get a nice smooth landing in. I've had one crash where the whole thing crashed back to the desktop after freezing up, so that wasn't good for update 6, but so far that's been the only issue. Let's hope that we get a nice smooth landing in here and the game stays relatively stable for us to enjoy this nice approach and landing. Okay, there's our runway up there. So I'm going to go into going to go into approach mode now. Have my speed at 150 and my flaps are down pretty much full. So my speed is coming down. I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. I want to be at 135 knots when I land. So I need to get my configuration right on approach. So you can see our diamonds are in the right place here. We're on the glide path, glide slope. So I think I'll minimize that now. That will help our frame rate actually. But the sharpness of these graphics out there, those buildings, I don't remember them being that sharp before. Look at that, that is incredible. Okay, got a bit lost there with my views. My mouse went a bit wonky. What I was saying, look at that, those graphics are just so sharp, they are beautiful. And you can see way into the distance, there's no blurring. It seems that the buildings just go on forever. So I think they have improved a lot as far as those graphics go. Now I need to get ready to turn off my autopilot and my auto throttle and flight director 500 as I come into land. Frame rate is good. This is where it usually starts to chock up and go a bit blocky. But at the moment I'm looking nice and smooth. I'm pretty happy. Okay, I'm going to turn off the autopilot. Do a little bit of a flare as I come in.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Well, a little bit wonky on my my landing there. Gee. I was struggling to sort of stay in a straight line, but never mind. It was a reasonably smooth landing, I think. Not too worried about that. And I did want to sort of roll off the runway, but I came to a dead stop. So I think that was my fault. Too much jamming on of the brakes. Right, flaps up. Right, well there we go. Not good flying skills on this video, I'm afraid, guys. Bad taxiing skills, but like I said, I just wanted to try out update 6, and I seem pretty happy with it. The graphics look amazing, but I was happy before with the graphics, of course. Disappointed the wing alignment is not done on the 737. The wings are still a bit out of line. But other than that, the plane still looks beautiful and it flies really nice. Everything does what it's supposed to do. So I'm happy with update 6. I haven't noticed anything going wrong with my settings or my controls. And like I said, there'll be a lot of bugs that are fixed that I have not noticed. but expert flyers and hardcore flight simmers will notice those little bug fixes, I am sure, and maybe I will notice them as well as I spend more time flying in this plane and in the default aircraft. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that, guys. Make a comment below. What do you enjoy about update 6? Have you had any problems? Mine took about 30 minutes to install. I turned it on in the morning, and in my Microsoft Flight Simulator menus it told me there was an update, so I clicked on install and it did it all automatically, so it was easy. So it updated itself. I came back 30 minutes later after I'd had a wash and had my breakfast and got dressed. I came back to my computer and it was all done and it was running, so pretty happy. Okay, let me know what kind of experience you've had with update 6 in the comments below. Take care, guys, keep safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Ciao.